Of course, we're broadcasting live at the View for Downtown Lagos, Nigeria. Straight from the host of 2013 in Robinson, Pennsylvania, United States of America. Make sure our lines are clear. Unmuted. All right, Angie, can you hear me?
I can.
All right. Quality to the call in the show. Okay, in Nigeria. 9:29 Eastern Daylight Time. Recording started.
Well, hello, and welcome to Walking in Purpose with Angela. I want to thank you for joining us from Lagos, Nigeria. Wow, tonight we are honored and excited to gather once again for a powerful and purposeful field presentation. Y'all, this is our 4,521st presentation of Ngozi Time Multimedia LLC. And I am grateful for every listener, every supporter, and every voice that continue to make this platform a place to impact, inspire, and create legacy. So I invite you to join us live in the studio tonight by calling in at 605-562-0444 or 717-734-6904. Make sure you punch in that access code 546-1150 pound. To enter the studio, you must press 1 pound, star 2 to join the conversation live. To my faithful listeners, my fellow host, Dr. O, and the International Internet Radio Hall of Fame, and my special guest for tonight. Tonight, I pause with a full heart. Tonight, I celebrate 6 years on this amazing network, and I don't take one moment of this journey for granted. To think about this little country girl born in Anderson, South Carolina, raised in Levelland, South Carolina, would one day step into broadcasting and find her voice, even build her own podcast network. It still humbles me and it still moves me. I tell you, I feel like a story that only God can write. I never imagined this path for myself. I never imagined that the words in me, the vision in me, and the purpose on my life would lead me to a microphone, broadcasting, interviews, global conversation, and a divine connection. I never imagined that what started as obedience would grow into impact. But here I am, 6 years later, standing in gratitude, standing in awe, and standing in purpose. To my listeners, thank you. Thank you for tuning in, for supporting, for believing, for listening, for sharing, and for growing with me. Thank you for every encouraging word, every prayer, every moment that you have spent in this space on this platform. Your support has helped carry the vision further than I could have ever seen alone. To my fellow hosts, thank you. Thank you for showing up, for shining your light, for using your voice, and for helping make this network a place of excellence, inspiration, empowerment. It is an honor to serve alongside you. So many gifted, passionate, and purpose driven people. Thank you. To Dr. O, thank you. Thank you for your leadership, your vision, and for creating a space where voices can rise, stories can be told, and purpose can be broadcast to the world. Your legacy has opened doors for so many, and I am deeply grateful to be a part of what has been built through your dedication and your commitment to this platform. To the International Internet Radio Hall of Fame, thank you for recognizing the power, the reach, and the significance of this meeting, my gift and my talents. Broadcasting is more than a sound. It is a connection. It's healing. It's influence. It's legacy. And to be connected to something so impactful is truly an honor. And to my special guest tonight, thank you for being a part of this meaningful celebration. Your presence means so much more than words can ever express. I am grateful to share this moment with you. Tonight is not just an anniversary, but it is a testimony. It is proof that humble beginnings do not limit a powerful future. It is proof that purpose can find you in unexpected places. It is proof that yes to God can change your trajectory of your entire life. I am reminded tonight that dreams don't always arrive in a way that we expect, but sometimes they come wrapped in faith, stretched in process, and built through obedience. Sometimes they may begin with a small voice, a little courage, and a willingness to trust God step by step. 6 years later, I am still here, still grateful, still growing, still believing, still walking in purpose. And if my journey says anything, let it say this: never underestimate what God can do with someone who is willing. Never underestimate the power of your voice. Never underestimate the places purpose can take you. From Anderson to Levelland, from the country roots to global reach, from hidden places to broadcasting spaces, from visions to visibility, from prayer to platform. This is more than a celebration for me. It is legacy. It is purpose. This is God's faithfulness on display. Thank you all for being a part of this journey. Thank you for every year, every lesson, every opportunity, and every ounce of your support. Tonight, I celebrate 6 years on this excellent broadcasting network. I celebrate the God who made it possible. With grateful hearts, I welcome you all. Y'all, it's a celebration tonight. I never thought that this would be me, but God, but God. He has definitely opened doors, and he has definitely been the head of me. So again, I thank you guys. Brother O, thank you for seeing something in me. Thank you for pushing me. Thank you for believing in me and making this possible. So I am going to, I hope my guest is here. I know one of them is running late, but y'all, tonight is just a celebration. I want you guys to call in, share what if anything that I have done over these 6 years to impact your life. If it was just a acronym or a affirmation or just a word of encouragement, call in and support tonight. Share how this network and this program has been a blessing to you. I honor God and I honor you guys because none of this would be possible without you. So I'm going to see if my special guests is here tonight. The first one, I call her my half pint because she reminds me so much of me. She is little in stature, but if you hear the power of her voice, you hear the power of the wisdom that flows through this short 4'8" or 4'11" young lady, you would think she stood 6'11" because the power and the wisdom that she possessed. None other than Travita Harris. Are you in the building tonight?
Yes, ma'am. I am here.
How are you?
I am good. How are you?
You know what? I can't complain because 2 weeks ago, I was struggling. I was fighting for my life. You know, when I went into that doctor's appointment and hadn't got home an hour from that doctor's appointment and got a phone call telling me that I needed to go to the ER, and they kept asking me, are you confused? Can you drive? Do you need to call the ambulance? I mean, they just kept like I was supposed to be falling to pieces. But when I got to the emergency room and realized the state of my health and what was going on, I should have been out of my mind. I should have been in a coma. I should have been delirious. Huh. But the God that I serve, he kept my mind. He kept me because my glucose level was 1228. A normal glucose is between 60 and 120. Mine was quadruple that. They said I should have been delirious. They said I should have been in a coma. They said I shouldn't have been walking around. But the God that I serve. I said my work is not done yet. My work is not done yet.
Man's word is.
Come on now.
And when you serve him and when you walk with him, he's always gonna keep you covered no matter what.
Come on.
And listen, I can attest to that because man has counted me out, and God said you were never included in their count. So I don't worry about being included in man's count because God keeps me counted every day. But congratulations to you for 6 years. The Wbnn, and I am grateful just to be a part of the journey, simply because we met doing a virtual monologue in 2021, and who would have thought that we would be here now? Because I never imagined doing this at all. But God was already putting the pieces together, putting the puzzle pieces and connecting the path and connecting me to the people and the powerful prayer. Now, if you're not a praying person, you're not going to understand. But if you are a praying person, you're going to understand what I'm about to say, because I prayed a prayer at the end of 2019 going into 2020. And that prayer was, God, connect me to the people that are connected to the destiny in which you have for me, and remove those who are not. But help me to be okay with those you take away. But help me to step into the path that you have for me. Now, I didn't understand that fully when I prayed it, but God understood what he was doing, because everything that he had been doing in my life prior to that, he was already putting the puzzle pieces. He has put me in a class for public speaking. I'm going to be working in a front desk in a medical facility. I don't need public speaking for that. But in his mind and his plan that he already had for me, it was already destined that this is what I was going to be doing. And so I'm grateful for those moments, and it all made sense because I was slowly starting to see where these puzzle pieces were connecting. And then when you said that you were going to do a podcasting team, at first I was like, I called you and I asked you, what was that about and what you were looking for. And I said, well, I want to be a part of that. I want to see what's going to happen. And you said, well, I'll train you and we'll go from there. Now, I had no idea what I was actually asking for because you are the type of person who sees things in people and you stretch them beyond what they feel comfortable with, so to speak. And I didn't necessarily think I would be good at this, but I've gotten better. I've gotten my feet wet. I've gotten, you know, comfortable in the sense. And then when you asked me to host the Matters of the Heart event that we did, the virtual event, the first time, and you know, I did not know that would lead to another one. I'm waiting on part 3 because I know we're going to do part 3. I just don't know when. But after doing that, it was like, oh, this is second nature to me. Nobody knows how shy I am until I say that, and then they don't even believe that I'm shy in any capacity because of the way I speak and the topics that we talk about. But God is the leader of it all. And I am just grateful that He has kept me here because when we talk about the goodness of God, you talked about how they were asking you all these questions about being confused and all of this, and God had already had you covered. Man had told me that when I had my stroke in 2009 and couldn't use the left side of my body, that I should just get used to that. And then in 2013, when I lost my ability to speak and was having trouble with my left side again, man still told me to just get used to that. And I told him I didn't have to get used to that at all. All I needed was me and God, and He has been yet faithful because I've been obedient. Now, I do get a little stubborn. I have a couple questions for him sometimes because he be sending me these little visions and things, and I swear he be sending them to the wrong address and stuff. But he don't. He know what he's sending them to. And I just be like, okay, God, I'm going to go and listen to you because, you know, you ain't never steered me wrong. I might get off track a little bit, go down the wrong road, have to reroute and come back and get back on the right course because, you know, that's what we all do. We think we know something a little bit more than God because we think, well, let me just speed this up a little bit. But God's timing is always perfect. He's never wrong when He tells you to do something. Our timetable is when we want to rush the process. And if we try to rush the process and it don't work out, He be saying, no, I told you that wasn't going to work out. My timing is perfect. And if I tell you to wait, it's okay to wait because I'm going to give it to you in abundance. But you just got to sit still and be patient and wait till I say it's okay.
Wow.
But it's been a journey and it's been a blessing, and I am grateful. I'm so happy for you.
But I thank God. I just thank God because I hear you all the time say that God would never put more. You don't like that term that God would never put more on you than you can bear. You know, I have come to realize that, you know, He already know He already know what we're gonna go through. You know, and He's already told us that there will be tests, trials, and tribulations. Oh, okay. We got caller number 1 in queue. They coming early today. We got caller number 1 in queue. Caller number 1, if you would please state your name and where you're calling from. Yeah, I'm just excited because anytime I talk about the word, it gets it's exciting to me. Caller number 1, I'm sorry. If you would please state your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, Angela, it's Jerry Petito, honey. I'm from New Jersey. And first, I want to say happy birthday.
It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. My birthday was April 1st. Facebook got it wrong. They got it wrong. It's actually my magazine's anniversary. 6 years for the magazine.
Anniversary. All right. Happy belated birthday. Happy anniversary for your magazine. And congratulations for your 6 years tonight.
Yes.
Hold that thought because I want to say something to your guest first and then back to you. So, sweetie, I'm listening to you talk, and I'm like kind of cracking up over here because Angela knows me well, and so does, I was a host on this network as well. And God, I always say, God can't whisper to me. He's got to yell and hit me over the head. And he knows, so he doesn't whisper anymore. He like hits me over the head. And I'm listening to you and I'm saying, you sound just like me, and I just love it. You're awesome. Keep going, girl.
Thank you.
Yep, now back to you, Angela. I'm sorry, I have issues with my throat. So I want to say congratulations to you because what you've done is extraordinary. I appreciate you always thinking of me, sending me invites. I'm just struggling with my health right now. You know that. But what you're doing is amazing. Ava keeps me up to date as well. I see what you're doing on Facebook. You are incredible. And never forget where God brought you from. And I know you don't. Because everyone knows your story. I'm going to cry. Everyone knows your story. Look where he's brought you, right?
Right.
So congratulations, sweetheart.
Thank you.
And Brother O rocks. Because he saw something in you, he saw something in me, he sees something in all his hosts, and this network is extraordinary. And if your guest doesn't know who Brother O is, he's our honeybee, and he's got incredible awards and accolades and Hall of Fame awards, and it's unbelievable. And what he does for all his hosts in this network is amazing. And Brother O, you know how I love you. So Angela, just listen. You know how I feel. To just continue on with what you're doing because you are truly amazing.
Thank you.
Especially to this network.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Y'all, that was Jerry Petito. She is a alumni host. I'll tell you, she has so many accolades. I can't begin to tell you of the accolades that she have. She's one of the ones that pushed me because when I first started, I came on after her and I came on before Hooney. So you got me in between two all stars that's in the International Internet Radio Hall of Fame and have all of these connection records. So I was in the middle, so I had to push myself. I had to push myself so that I could be seen, because if I didn't, they was gonna jump right over me and go from Jared to Hooney. So I'm grateful that Brother O put me in the middle of them two when I first started. I'm truly grateful for that. We have caller number 2 in queue. Caller number 2, if you would, please state your name and where you're calling from. Caller.
Hi there. Is this me now?
Hey, Ava.
Hey, it's Ava Holly, bringing the jolly. How are you, my Angela? I guess for Jerry, and I know she's having some health issues, so she hit the nail on the head as she always does. Never forget where you started from. Everything leads you to where you are. And let me tell you something. I have had the unique opportunity to work with you, thanks to Brother O and Jerry and Hooney and everybody that together. You are just absolutely amazing. You amaze me every time with everything that you do, especially on our last venture together when you were on top of 18 different people questioning and emailing and talking. And You did not miss a beat. I'll tell you, you are so talented, and I really adore you, and I wish you many more years of success with WBNN and beyond. And I just love you to death. And your guest is amazing. I love your voice. I love listening to you. You sound like a friend of mine. And I'm like, oh, she has my thing on. But congratulations on 6 years, and I wish you much, 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 much more success.
Thank you, Ava. Thank you, Ava. Thank you. And we have another caller in queue. Caller number 3 in queue. If you would, please state your name and where you're calling from.
Oh my gosh. This is Zachary from Black Canvas. How are you doing today?
I am good. How are you?
I am doing okay. I just want to give you your flowers. A lot of people do not know that I wouldn't be a part of this network without you. You introduced me to Brother O, and Brother O saw something in me, and I just want to give you your flowers. That I'm so appreciate you so much. I love you for pushing me. Even though we have tough conversation, but I do appreciate you. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your life. You know, a lot of people get the chance to be the real version of you behind the scenes on a lot of things you do, and I'm so grateful. And I love you, and I wish everything that comes in with that is a blessing. No negativity, all positive. And yeah, like I said, I want to be here on the network, and thank you for seeing things in me that I didn't see in myself. And just thank you. And is that Sophia?
It
yes,
is.
It's me.
But just thank you, man. Just thank you. I'm just so grateful, and it's I don't know. It's just a word coming out, and it's mixed up because I'm right now. I'm crying because like it just what you have done really means a lot to me in life. Like a lot of people don't know what you do behind the scenes for me, and I very appreciate you. And thank you for always giving me the opportunity when I can shine my best.
Well, thank you.
Yep, she definitely gonna push you, honey. So she gonna push you, she gonna stretch you, she gonna do all of that. Yeah, but it's all coming from a good place, and when you know her heart, then you don't mind the scolding that you may get because it's coming from a place of love. And I've never taken anything to heart that was given to direct me to be better, because she sees what we try to hide from because we're not ready to step into the full potential of what God has called us, but she already sees it. So if she sees an inkling of it, if it's just a little spark or twinkle, whatever, she gonna see it and she gonna push it, and you gonna be in the spotlight. And that's one of those things that I can say, that since we have become family, because it's not even colleagues, we're family. And ever since that first meeting, outside of the virtual monologue and meeting her in person when she did her event in Myrtle Beach, it was one of those things where, I was nervous going to meet her because I didn't know anybody. I didn't know anything. And I had only talked to her through Facebook. And that was it. Outside of that, I'm like, you don't invited me all the way down here to the beach. I'm part of this book. But I don't know nobody in here. I don't know none of these folks. But I'm walking into a space. But when I tell you, when I walked into that space, into that room, I felt at peace and I felt comfortable. I felt like I was supposed to be there. And we've been hooked together together ever since, because I ain't even nowhere. So it just is what it is. Man, like so she couldn't get rid of me if she wanted to, so it is what it is.
She can't get rid of us. So we part of family. But congratulations for 6 years, man. Let's get plenty more down the line, man. And I hopefully we can continue to work together in the near future, because you are stuck with me, and I can't go nowhere. I'm like my aunt.
Yeah, you ain't going nowhere. You might have thought you were going somewhere. You might go down the street. Turn around. Go that. You ain't going nowhere. Yeah, you ain't going nowhere. It's all right. It's all right. It's a thought, though. It was a good thought. It's a thought. It's a thought. Yeah, it was a thought. It wasn't an action, though. It was a thought. It wasn't no action. No.
Wow. Well, Zach, I thank you for, stopping by, and I really thank you for your sweet words, your kind words. I enjoy working with each and every person that I work with. And I've always been that person. If I see something in you, I have to, pull it out. I have to, because somebody didn't do that for me. And it took me a minute to get where I am, and I lost a lot of time. So when I come across people, I don't want them to lose time like I did. I want them to be able to walk into to that they should be walking into, because he's already mapped it out for us. It's us aligning with what we are supposed to align with, and us being in place. And see, sometimes we want to run, we want to hide, we want to duck, we want to dive, instead of just aligning and allowing him to move in our life. If we align, things will go so much easier, and we won't have all of these to the left and to the right, but we'll be on that straight path. But he already know what we need before we even walk into it. So thank you for all you do, and you just keep leading the way, because somebody's watching you. So just keep leading only how you know how. Y'all, we got caller number 4 in queue. Caller number 4, if you would, please state your name and where you're calling from.
Cheryl LeGrand. How are you, Miss Angela?
Hi, Cheryl. I'm fine. How are you?
Well, Father, to you and my beautiful sister Travita. It's truly an honor and a blessing, and I got to say happy anniversary. And for me, there's no words can explain the connection. You pushed me off the cliff. You challenged me. She be pushing me all the way off, Travita, but
I know it, and I know.
And even when I was going through chemo and lupus at the same time, she would call and check on me. I've been on a prayer line with her for 5 years. I've been up here. I've been in a lot of her books. She's very supportive. Now, she's strong now. If she tells you something, she stays to the point, but you got to really get to know her to see all of that, the strength of that. Some people could take it the wrong way, but I'm truly blessed, because if somebody always holding our hand, we can't grow like that. So I thank you. I used to be on the wrong Zooms. I used to be waiting for me. Where you at? I've been waiting. But it's been a beautiful journey. And remember, we all was in the play together or the skit. You was tough too, Charita. Now, you was like, oh my God, you're doing it wrong. But I love you, lady. You was to me, but I was like, oh my gosh, you again. But I laugh now. I love you, Miss Angela. I never met you, but I feel like I know you. I wish you all the best. You don't just help us. What I really love, you help everyone. And it's up to us to gravitate. How many people you know will do the things that you do without any problems or issues? Because even though you're doing this, I can't imagine dealing with 20, 30 people at one time. You got some want to do this, some don't want to do this and this. And to be able to continue to do that is truly a blessing. So I wish you all the success. Congratulations to everybody up here. And I'm glad that I am part of the journey, even if I'm just sitting on the side. And Sharita, it's always good to hear you as well. But I know you said you shy, but when she says something, she lets you know she is in the room. And my testimony is going through cancer, chemo, radiation, heart failure, lupus, and just being beautiful. And her having us on a New York billboard. I mean, just all the stuff that she does behind the scenes. Thank you. This is your night. You shine. And thank you for allowing me to even be part of this. I used to come up here. So just thank you for allowing me to be on any platform that you've been. You give us a choice. You don't make us and you don't force us, but you put it out there for us. So I pray that God can bless you in every area of your life. And Sharita, like I said, keep doing what you're doing because I see you too.
Yes, ma'am.
Amen. 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 I tell you, all we got to do is just get in place. Just get in place because it's already mapped out for us. You know, I never if you heard my intro, I never thought that this would be me. Never thought about broadcasting because you talking about somebody that used to stutter. I used to get mad. I spoke really fast. I read fast. I spoke fast. And I used to get mad when my teacher used to tell me to slow down. So I developed a lisp where I used to, every time you turn around, you would, that was part of my speech. And like you, I remember you talking about that speech class. I remember my senior year. Um, I went into my guidance counselor office because they had put me in a speech class, and I was like, "Well, they say you need an elective, and that's the only elective at that time." They made me take that class. Never thought about doing no public speaking, then never thought about nothing. I was just thinking about, okay, I'm about to graduate, I'm about to go play basketball, and I'm gonna go into special education. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna be a special ed teacher. Wanted to get into coaching. That's what I wanted to do. And I tell you, God changed that thing. I mean, He changed that thing all the way up, opened doors, allowed me to go through some things that put me in a place where I can be able to share with somebody else. I realized that everything that I went through, it wasn't for me, but it was for the people that I was going to come in contact with, the people that was going to cross my path, and my prayer every day is, I don't want to just be blessed. I want to be blessed to be a blessing to those that come in my midst. That's what I want to do. I don't want to just have material things and things just overflowing. I want to be able to be a blessing to those that come in my path. And that's why I love these platforms, because I get an opportunity to bring on guests, to bring on individuals to talk about things that they're doing. So I want you to share. I know it's my celebration, but y'all know how I do. Anybody that know me know that when I celebrate, I like to celebrate those around me. For my birthday every year, I always do an anthology because I want those that are in my circle to be able to share their voice, to be able to share their perspective. So tonight, I have, and Patrice is coming on a little later on, but when I tell you these two right here, they have been with me from day one on the podcast. No matter what I'm going through, they are always there. They know when I'm going through something. It's like they got their antennas up. They can feel it. They're gonna call me. They're gonna inbox me, and they're gonna make sure that I'm okay. And I have to return that favor to let them know that I appreciate them and that I love them and I thank them, because y'all, I'm telling you, if you knew what these last 3 weeks have been in my life, it is truly nothing but God's grace and His mercy that I'm able to even be here celebrating 6 years. And I thank God for Trevita because Trevita is somebody that she gonna call and she gonna say some things to make sure that you are up on your health. She gonna give you some tidbit nuggets so you can go in that doctor's office and you can tell that doctor, hey, can you check this? Can you check that? Girl, when I was in there last week, I said, Trevita told me to ask about a panel. I didn't know what panel. I say, can you do a panel on me? She said, well, we can go ahead. She said, we can go ahead and draw some blood. And honey, when I tell you they drew blood, they drew some blood. But I tell you, I want you to share with the listeners a little bit about Trevita and all of the y'all. I'm telling you, if you saw her, you hear the power in her voice, y'all. She I say she 4'8", but I think she's 4'11". Shit, I'm gonna give her them 2 inches. Oh, you 4'8"? Okay, okay, okay. I was trying to give her 2 inches.
Nah, I'm 4'8". Well, I'm Trevita. I am the founder and CEO of Wings of Transformation Publishing. I'm a stroke survivor, a Chiari malformation warrior, and what most people have never even heard of Chiari malformation. And what that is a serious neurological condition that affects the entire body, but it is a brain condition. And it has been challenging, to say the least, to be able to do the things that I do. And there is no cure for this condition. However, God has been my healer and my provider through all of this, because what man has told me to do, I refuse to do. And I say, as long as God keeps me covered, I am going to be fine. And I have not had to have that surgery. And it has been, I want to say, I have not had a overnight hospital stay. Now I'm going on 3 years. So God has been covering me like there has been no tomorrow. Now, am I a little stubborn and a little hard-headed? Yes, I am. But I have learned to listen a little bit more to my body when it is telling me to go sit down and not overdo it. That was the thing that I struggled with the most. But I have recently helped, I want to say, 3 ladies become published authors for the first time. And this has just been within the last month and a half. I'm grateful to be able to be in the space and the position to do that. When I self-published my first book in 2020, I didn't have any idea that this was going to be the path that God was going to take me on. He just said, put the book together and do what I said. And when I tell you, the book looked a hot doggone mess, but that wasn't the point. And so I was like, God, this don't look good. And I'm a perfectionist when it comes to this kind of stuff. And so I'm like, this is my name on it. And of course I had some people who criticized me and was like, well, I would have never put my name on it. But then I started to realize God will never give you anybody else's assignment. He's only going to put your name on the assignment that he's assigned to you. And so when people would say that to me, I would say, it's not your assignment. So I don't expect you to put your name on my stuff. So I need you to stay focused on your stuff and let me focus on the stuff that God gave me. And so I started to learn how to do the editing, the formatting, and everything. And also, I did it in the way of teaching myself how to do it, because having a stroke, having a brain condition that forces me to stop and not be able to do certain things, I was like, as long as I can stay active and keep my brain active and doing these things, it's going to help me to where I'm not stuck and I'm not stagnant. And then it was like, oh, okay, well, if I can do this, I know there's other people who are wanting to learn how to do this. If I'm ever in a position to where I can help somebody, God, let me do that. Now, I did not know he was going to help me to start a business. That was down the line. Now I started the business. I wrote the book in 2020. Did 3 books by 2021. I had done my 3rd book, and by December of 2021, I had started Wings of Transformation Publishing. And we've been rolling ever since. And I am just grateful for the journey, for the progress that I've made, to be able to help other women make their dreams come true. And it's always the first thing. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to do this, and hey, listen, relax, calm down. I got you. From start to finish, we gonna make it happen. I just need you to just focus on what I'm trying to say, and they get a little overwhelmed. And first thing we gonna do, we gonna pray about it. We gonna relax and we gonna calm down. We gonna pray about it, and God didn't send you my way for us not to complete this task. So if you do that, we got this. And they my family now, so they couldn't get rid of me now if they wanted to. But I love what I do, and I'm just an extension of the things that you have instilled in me. And so with what you've instilled in me and what you extended to me, I want to be able to extend that to other people. I don't want to leave them in a space to where they feel like I give them what they needed and what they came to me for. I want them to be better versions of themselves when they leave me, and know that I made a positive impact on them. And also, thank you for the opportunity to be in the magazine for the month. I'm grateful for that. I didn't see that coming when Miss Keisha sent me the email, the inbox for it, and I was like, okay, what you need? And so I was able to get everything over to her to be a part of. And also, my mom got to see the beginning of this. Now, she wasn't there when I first started my journey to writing, but my mama was able to witness and read my first 3 books. And with her reading the first 3 and realizing that we were building and healing our own personal relationship, and her being part of the podcast family, it was a beautiful moment. And then my last show that I just did was on the anniversary of her hosting her own show, her show that night as an honorary host. So it was a full circle moment, and it was bittersweet. And I'm just grateful because you didn't have to extend that to her, but she was part of the family, and she fell in love with you from the first night that we had training, because she was like, that one right there, she up to something. I can't tell what it is, but she up to something. And that was just it. And she loved being part of our training and being part of everything. And when y'all got her that gift, honey, she loved that fan, honey. Once you pull that fan out that bag, she was like, Vita, go ahead and plug that in. I need that now. I need that right now. Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna go ahead and do what you asked me to do. But I'm just grateful. I can't ask for anything more. I'm just patient, and I do my best to be obedient to what He calls me to do. Mm-hmm. But I will tell you, I be like, God, look, you sent that little vision to the wrong address, sir. I need you to relook at that, because I don't think that was for me.
I'm telling you, Charita. I'm telling you that's how I was when starting this podcast. I was like, Lord, is that really what you want me to do? And then, I'm thinking, okay, I didn't want to do it by myself, so I'm inviting people to join me and to do it with me. And you see how he just moved them out the way and say, no, this is your podcast. This is your podcast network. This is what I need you to do. And he just moved them right on out the way. And I had no choice. But I am so grateful. I tell you, 4 years. And I'm grateful for you and Patrice, who have been there from day one, and Sister Alma from her hospital bed, say, I want to be a part. I want to be a part. So yes, I'm just grateful that we get a chance to allow our voice to speak around the world, because we get an opportunity to be transmitted globally. So I'm grateful for that. And we got caller number 5 in queue. Caller number 5, if you would, please state your name and where you're calling from.
Just checking in. I am loving the show, and I really feel like God working through you ladies, and it's just to hear your story. It's just a reminder that through Christ, all things are possible. You know, He got the first day, the last day, and when He do it, yes, He will. And that's how you ladies doing tonight.
I'm blessed.
I am great.
Ain't complain. I won't complain. I'm telling you, I won't, because it could be a whole lot worse. It could be a whole lot worse.
It could be worse. And so until you are, we got a chance to turn anything around.
Exactly.
You start complaining, God say, let me give you something to complain about. And then you be like, God, I ain't mean that. That's what you had for. Right. Like, I ain't mean it, God. Take that back.
Okay.
Like, so you ain't want to complain then, But I'm loving it, and I hope that God continues to keep on blessing you and bring you even further in your journey. And I love listening to you. You're definitely an inspiration. So I just wanted to check on in with you guys.
Thank you. If you would please tell them who you are again, and when is your show?
I don't know when my next show is. You guys can chime on in with it. But I definitely do. My next one will be going back to the nuclear family will be my next story. I want to have input on some, male input on hardworking males, input on women and baby moms, like using the kids as porn and so forth. But tune on in. Unfortunately, I don't have my next show, but I apologize for that.
Well, thank you for stopping by and sharing on tonight.
Yes, ma'am. Keep up the good work. I am encouraged when I listen to you guys, so I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. And that's my whole thing. I want people to be educated, empowered, and encouraged to stay on this journey that we call life. And I tell people, what's life? Oh, you got to show some love. You got to be able to inspire somebody. You got to have the fear of God in you, and then you got to get out here and educate, empower, and encourage somebody else. Not just think about yourself. Because if you just thinking about yourself, life is happening around you and you just sitting there. So who have you loved on today? Because it's easy for us to love our family and friends, but have you loved that stranger, that person that you may not have come across no more? Because you never know who you may be entertaining. You never know who you may be entertaining. I tell you, everywhere you go, you should be able to inspire somebody. When I leave this place, I want people to have said that she made a difference. She impacted my life, and they be able to tell us some of the things that I encouraged them to do, or some things that empowered them or made them want to go on and just continue to live. Like that's what I want my legacy to be.
And that's part of the reason why I named my podcast Believe in the Journey. Because we're all on the journey. We're all on the course to become what God has called us to be. And one thing I will say, I really and truly used to despise, like, being in spaces where, I tell y'all I'm shy. And so I would be out like at the laundromat or at the grocery store, and I'm just focused on what I'm trying to do. And then I'd be speaking to somebody in passing, and I'm not trying to have no conversation. And then they want to have a whole full-blown conversation about what they've been going through, this, that, and the third. And it used to bother me so bad, but then I started to realize that they needed me in that moment, and for me to be able to pour into them. And it would always end with, thank you so much for taking the time to listen. And I'm like, God, you got me talking to these folks. I don't even know who these people is, but I started to realize, okay, you got something else planned for me to be doing this. And so when I'm out now with my kids and we at the store, they be like, don't make eye contact with nobody, because you'll be here all day talking to folks. And I'm like, I'm just speaking. I'm not trying to have conversations with folks, but this is what happens. And I've learned that when those moments happen, it's because somebody needed me that day. Mm-hmm. And I always start my day with, God, take me where I'm needed. And that could be just going to the grocery store to do something, or going to the laundromat, or whatever the case may be, and help me to do whatever it is you call me to do. Because I realize that when he sends me out in those moments, because that's the prayer that I put out for the day, he leads me where I'm supposed to be. And it's always the confirmation that somebody needed those words of encouragement that day. They needed it in that moment. And so I don't get stuck on time frames anymore. I don't get stuck on, well, why am I running late? Why did this happen? Why did this door close? Why didn't this door open? That door closed because it wasn't time. It ran its course. This door opened because it's time for me to walk through this door. This person had to leave my life because their assignment to me was over. And so when I started to look at things in that aspect, because that's the way God designed it. And so when people leave my life for whatever reason, it's because their assignment was up. Even though I miss my mom, I understand that it was her time to go. She had done everything that she needed to do here. And she's no longer suffering. She's no longer in pain. But he kept her here long enough for us to heal the relationship that we had. And in the beginning of my mother's transition, when we first had to put her on hospice and everything, I was adamant on not being there because I had been doing it my whole life as a little girl, trying to get my mom help because she was suffering with drug addiction and alcoholism and being bipolar schizophrenic. It was a lot. And as a little girl, I didn't know how to help her, but I did everything that I knew to try to help her. And so that created a little bit of animosity. But anytime my mother needed me, I would still show up regardless. And at this point in my life, I was like, I'm tired. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be there because I got my own issues. But the more I realized, I didn't want my mama to be there alone. I wanted her to know that she was loved, that she was cared for. And so regardless of how tired I was, I went every day to be by my mother's side when I got off work. And I stayed there and I was with her. But I also remembered the prayer that I prayed when I was a little girl. God, please help me to be with my mother when that day comes because I don't want her to be alone. He answered that prayer. I was there with my mother to her final breath. And I realized that I was the only one that was going to be able to handle all of that because my siblings were not able to do so. And even my aunt, she wanted to be there, but what I realized, that was not the way God planned it. He did not want that, and my mother was trying to be strong for her siblings because she's the oldest. And when it was just her and I, she was just a baby. She would, just be, just weak and frail. But as long as her siblings were there, my siblings, her younger children were there, she exuded an amount of strength for them. But the instant it was just her and I, she was frail. And so I realized that I had to be strong, and that's where I get my strength from. Now, the other thing was, me and my mama has this crazy sense of humor that we're going to find some humor in the hard times. And we would do that. And so I love that about my mom, and I love that about me, but I also realized that even though she was not the mother that I desired to have, she was the mother that I needed so that I could become the mother that I wanted to my children. And the relationship that I have with my children now, watching my mother with my children, I saw the version of my mother that I wanted. Because my mama with my kids, honey, you couldn't tell them I couldn't say nothing bad about my mama to my kids, honey. Them was fighting words. I better not say nothing about that granny, honey. It's gonna be a whole fight. And still now, if I say, don't you talk about my granny like that, honey. That's my mama. I can say what I want to. And they not.
Look, you can't talk about my purple lip friend. That's my friend. You can't talk about her.
So they like, you ain't gonna talk about my granny like that. And I'm like, yeah, it was my mama, so it is what it is. But I saw my mother love on my children, so I realized that what she did not do for me, it wasn't because she didn't want to, it was because she wasn't allowed to. And so when I realized she was hindered from actually being the mother that she wanted to be for me, she didn't have there wasn't any rules that I had to her for my children, except for, don't be cussing at them like you cussed at me. I can handle that. I'm used to it. I've grown up with you like that. But don't do that to my kids. And outside of that, honey, my mama had a stroke, and she was supposed to have been resting. And she had a really debilitating stroke where she lost the use of her right side, and it affected her speech. And she told me to go and take a nap, and her and my youngest son, my Nathan, honey, I'm in there taking a nap. All of a sudden, I wake up smelling potatoes and onions. Now, my mama she just now started back with physical therapy, so she's able to get up and get around, but my mom had use of her left hand. So I get up and I go in the kitchen, and I'm like, what are y'all doing? And she's talking about, you supposed to be taking a nap. I said, Nate, you supposed to be watching your grandma. She talk about, they both talking about, we good, you can go lay down, we finna eat. We'll call you when it's ready. Wait a minute. Mama, you not supposed to be in here cooking anything. Nate talking about, I got her, you worry about yourself. Granny told you to go lay down. You need a nap. You been taking care of us. We finna take care of you. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave y'all to it because y'all in here doing what y'all ain't supposed to be doing. I was just talking to Nathan about that the other day. I'm like, Lord, you and your grandma have been hooked at the hip since he was born, because that was the pregnancy that my mom was with me from the time they put me on bed rest to the time I literally gave birth, and she stayed with us until he was about 3.5, 4 months old, and she started feeding him table food already because she said that breast milk ain't doing it. He needs some real food, and I'm gonna give it to him. So I couldn't say nothing. That was her child, honey.
Yeah,
So
that Afrida boy, I tell you, she was something else. Am so glad that we had the opportunity to have her a part of the podcast. I'm telling you, if y'all could have only been there, you would think that she signed up to be a host because she had to be at every training. And then don't let me go in the training room without my camera on. She thought I had to have my camera on. If I didn't have my camera on, she wasn't talking. She wasn't saying nothing. I'm not talking till you turn that camera on. But I tell you, I truly enjoyed just having her there with us. And I'm telling you, even through her going through, she always could make us laugh. She would always say something funny, something. I tell you, I'm grateful for those memories. That is my purple lip friend. We loved our purple lipstick.
I gotta send you that video of her on Snapchat with those the lip fillers. And it was changing the lipstick color. Hey, when it got to that purple, she talking about, all right, now that's the one. That's the one, Vita. I need that in person. Where I'm gonna find this lipstick at? I don't know, but you need to find it and bring it up here. Okay. I found her one that was close enough. And honey, she loved it. She had it on for her podcast that night. Ma'am, you got it. I'm not. Now, the funny thing about that, when I got there, because I remember I said she didn't have full use of that right side. And so she put the lipstick on, but it was only on the right side of her mouth. It wasn't on the left. So I'm like, so you just doing half your lips now? You not doing it the whole thing? She talking about, what you talking about? I put it on all the way. No, ma'am, you did not. Let me show you. Let me put the mirror up. She talking about. This is what she said. She said, oh hell, just fix it then. Yes, ma'am.
That I tell you, that was my buddy. That was my friend. That was I truly enjoyed. I looked it forward to going to training, to come in that training room, and to see her in there. I truly enjoyed that.
She would always say, "Where your laptop, Mom? I training tonight." Oh, okay. Well, you got another show. I said, well, I got one you can look at on YouTube that I did that we had. Okay, well, turn it on there for me. Now, I don't put the laptop in front of her. She don't pull out her little word search book and everything. I said, so you gonna watch her do the word search? She talking about, you mind your business. Let me handle this over here. I asked you to do this. I said, well, how you go? She talking about, ain't nothing wrong with my ears. I don't need to hear. I don't need to look at you. I know what you look like. You know what? You know what?
Memories, memories. I tell you,
I don't need to see you.
just being able to have these spaces where we can create memories, so that when we're not here, people can be able to, get some idea of who we were and the things that we were passionate about. I am so grateful that being here on the network. I've been able to get enshrined into the Hall of Fame as a broadcaster. I was host of the year in 2023, and December. Hopefully, I will be enshrined as a lifetime achiever. So I'm excited, and I tell you, I just can't thank Brother O enough for providing this platform. Um, I tell him all the time, it wouldn't be no crew podcast if I had not been on WBNN. If he had not seen something in me, I wouldn't have been able to see something in you guys, and to be able to do what we do over there. So I am grateful. I am so grateful. We got caller number 6 in queue. Caller number 6.
Okay.
Come on in. Where you calling from? And what's your name?
Caviar MAP, and I'm from Connecticut. You know, I'm on this wave as well, WBNN. You know, I got the Endurance Radio live Tuesday nights 9:30. Make sure you tap in where we talk about everything, sports to politics, everything. Just we cover everything in general. So it's nothing that we don't talk about. You know, so I see happy sixth anniversary. You know, I see it. I appreciate it. I salute you. And my hat goes off to you. Again, Olasky, you already know I'm appreciative of everything. And I heard you talking about moms. I lost my moms, and I know that pain. So I sympathize, my condolences, and I understand. So ain't nothing like a mama, man. You know that song say you only get one.
That's
Yes.
That's why it's very important. Create them memories. Create them memories so that you can leave a legacy that it may live on.
Yes.
That it may live on. So I'm grateful.
That's right.
So your show is, you say Tuesday?
Tuesday night, 9:30. Endurance Radio.
All right, all right. Well, thank you for
Yes.
chiming in and stopping by, and definitely gonna try to tune in and check you out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I tell y'all, 6 years, I it has flew by. I'm grateful. I truly am. I never thought that, this little old girl, country girl from Levelland, South Carolina, one way in, one way out, born in Anderson, never thought that, this would be my journey, and being able to, you know, leave a legacy and help others to be able to create that and allow our voice to be heard, to talk about those things that we're passionate about and to bring light to some things that, that person that may not have a voice or may not know how to articulate that. So I'm grateful that we have the opportunity to be broadcasters and hosts. We got our commissioner in the queue, y'all. We're gonna bring on our commissioner, Little Unique Parker. Come on in, girl.
What's up, Queen? What's going on?
How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm chiming in late, but no time like the present. I have to bring my fire to support your show, and I'm just enjoying what I'm hearing because it means a lot to know when you lose somebody that's priceless. You never, there's no expiration date on grief, right? But there is an expiration date on life. We just learn to, we never get over it. We just learn to push through it and make the best of every day and make it count. Make the people that you care about take out the opportunity to tell them what they mean to you because tomorrow is not promised, but death is sure to come. We don't know the day or hour that they might be taken away from us. So we capture the moment. Is there anything that you would like to ask me, Queen?
Well, I just want to thank you. Nothing in particular. I just want to thank you for stopping by and sharing and just chiming in. And I tell you, it is truly an honor to have you as our commissioner. I tell you, Brother O, he truly knows how to pull those gifts and those talents out and to push you. Um, so I'm just grateful that you're able to be a part, and we're able to do this together. Unique is she's not just my fellow host, but she is a friend. She is a sister. She's someone that I have sat down and broke bread with. We have met in person. We have communed. We have fellowship. So that will always have a special place in my heart. And to be able to be on this amazing network, to work side by side with her, to support the things that she's doing. And when she can, she's always trying to support everyone. So I just thank God for you, and that you just even had a moment to chime in, because I know that you all have been going through a lot. You've had a lot of loss, but yet I see you still press. You continue to keep your foot on the fire, and you keep going. So I salute you. This is what I do. I like to lift those around me. When I celebrate, it's not just about celebrating me, but it's about celebrating those that are in my circle. Because when one rise, we all rise. That's how I see that. So thank you for stopping in and sharing with us. If you would please tell me, when is your next show?
Angela, I always said though the queen, my show will be Tuesday, the 7th. But one thing that I want to admire you for is that no matter what you're doing in life, one thing that I have to salute you as well is because in spite of what anybody say about me or what anybody do to me in everyday life, you never not recognize me. You always make sure that I'm a part of something that you got going on, and I appreciate that. And if it wasn't for you, there would not be no It's Not the Ordinary, It's Unique on Wbnn. I wouldn't be the commissioner. So I have to give you your flowers while you live and let you smell them, because at the end of the day, you have helped me to bring out the poetry in me. And I appreciate you and honor you for letting me be a co-author in your book. I cannot not recognize you as well, because a lot of times, one thing that I put in my poetry, and God has gave me that gift, the unique fire that I have, is that a lot of times people will clap to you in your face, and then behind your back, they're trying to be in competition and silence. But one thing that I can say in this breath that God gave me is that no matter what anybody say about me, do to me, one thing that I've learned losing people in my life month after month after month is that people have truly showed me who they are, and they have showed me that I can easily be replaced. They might not replace you in your face. They secretly replace you and do other things behind your back. But me losing my dad, me losing family members, especially me losing my father that I love dearly, can't nobody hurt me like the hurt of losing him. Can't nobody hurt you like the hurt of y'all losing y'all mother. So what they do to us is just a slap on the wrist. Because if we can push through that hurt, we can push through anything. That's just a superficial wound that will go away. So we have to uplift each other. We got to love each other, and I thank you for letting me love on you a little bit. And it won't be our last time seeing each other. And as long as God got breath in my body, I hope we get a chance to connect again and continue to work together. And Dr. O, he is Dr. O, and he's gonna be him no matter what. And I'm also on the groove with him on Saturday night when I'm available to be on there, when there's not a death in my family, nothing going on, no crisis, no challenges, no nothing. I'm on the groove as well as Wbnn. So I appreciate every platform that I'm on. Whether I'm noticed or I'm not noticed, I'm still going to do my job. And the name that he gave me, I guess it fit me. I'm not the ordinary. I am unique because a lot of times I do things that other people won't do. But I'm going to continue to be me. I'm going to be unique. I'm going to be different from anybody else. So thank you, and you continue to do what you do best. And you pray for me, and I'll pray for you, and we'll watch God change some things. And you be blessed.
Amen. 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 Well, I definitely thank everybody that has stopped by on tonight. Charita, it is that time. Your final thoughts. Final thoughts for tonight.
My final thought is this: to stay the course, even when it doesn't look like it makes any sense, even when you can't understand what God is doing. Stay obedient to what he's telling you to do, because there's a reason behind it all. Everything works together for the good of God when you believe and trust him to guide your path, to guide your steps, and be intentional about his business, because God is never going to lead you astray. He's always going to lead you to the destiny in which you have been created. So stay the course, even if it doesn't look like anything right now. But stay the course, and when those people decide that their time is up, know that God had already closed the door on them in your life, that their assignment is over. But your assignment for what he has you called to do is not over. So stay the course and be obedient to what he's called you to do. But also stay out of his business, because God is God all by himself. He don't need no interference from you.
And he not gonna let you interfere, because guess what?
Exactly.
When we think we doing something, we ain't doing nothing, because guess what? He gave you every gift. He gave you every talent, everything that you got that you think you doing something. You ain't doing it by yourself. You doing it only because he gave it to you, and he knew what we was gonna need. He knew what we was gonna need to get through these tests, these trials, and these tribulations that we was gonna face, because his word tells us that these things was gonna come. They were gonna come. So he gave us these gifts and these talents so that it would work together for our good, that he may be glorified. People don't understand, and that's why when I hear you say that, I kept listening, and I say, well, she keeps saying that. I say, you know what? I say, she right, because he don't gave us gifts and talents because he already knew what we was gonna go through. Ain't nothing. It ain't about putting more on us than we can bear, because he already know what we can bear. He made us. He created us, so he know us from the top of our head to the soles of our feet. So I want to thank you for stopping by and being a part of the celebration. I have to give a shout out to my bestie. She couldn't make it in tonight, but she was definitely in spirit. She was definitely in my spirit. Again, I thank you and Patrice for all that you do in my personal life, as well as in a part of the Crew Podcast. Y'all do not truly understand the impact that you guys have, and words could never express the love that I have for the both of you guys, and the appreciation that I have for all that you do. Again, I thank you guys for what you do and how you do it. Y'all, it is Ngozi time. It is Ngozi time. Dr. O.
Well, first of all, I want to thank the Captain Robert tonight to be here for Action Time Step. And I want to say something. She listened. She really listened. I saw the talent from the interview with Hezekiah.
2020. And I saw it then. And I said, you know what, I'm going to bring this young lady to this network. And she said, me? Yeah, you. Yeah, you. You. And exactly you. She was one of our first, one of our first commissioners on this outstanding network. She was a third reigning commissioner and a rookie during a time when we really needed her. During a time when we didn't know anybody, we didn't know we was going to die the next day. We didn't know what was in the air, this COVID thing. And she was so strong in that year of 2020 and 2021. I thank her for that. I really do. Her being a broadcaster has been extremely generous to the rest of the world. She said she had a stutter. That stutter is gone now. Okay? Yeah, she used to he and haw when she first came on. And look at her now. Look at the progression of this young lady. She's absolutely fantastic. She always says, Dr. O, this and that. No, it's you. It's you. God made you, and I just saw what God saw in you to bring you into this fold. An entrepreneur, a person that branched off, like I want all my hosts to do, branch off and do their own things. And she's still here. Now, I'll let you know right then and there, people branch off all the time. I'm going to do my own thing. But she's the total example of, okay, I'm doing my own thing and I'm successful, but she didn't forget where she started from. Angela does not need to do a show at Wbnn. She don't need to. But she does anyway because of the respect of the network and the respect of the legacy of the Anna Weidells and the Darlene Lawrences. Her name is just like that. It should be honored just like Darlene and Anna. The difference is she's alive today. And you can say, thank you, Angela, what you've done. She's part of the Academy. She's my fellow in the Academy of the International Radio Hall of Fame as a broadcaster. She's a fellow, soon to be, as a Lifetime Achiever. She has won that award named after the young lady I just mentioned. And I'll give honor at the end. Congratulations to Angela Thomas Smith on her 79th Wbnn all-time connection record and 6 consecutive with the Darlene Lawrence Championship honoring her late great Hall of Fame. What a wonderful night tonight for her. And tomorrow night, I will not be on the group. I won't be doing any groups for the next 3 weeks. Tomorrow I'm taking a rest. I ain't doing it. And I'm going to enjoy me. I'll be in Texas the following week to spend time with family. So there will be no group then. And then on my return, I'm giving that slot on that Saturday night to Ladaro and Mike T. He's my CEO because he's in an internship. We must continue our legacy. So I'll be at the end of the month with, of course, our crew, which is Yolanda Mitchell-Taylor, Andrew Creek Mitchell, Caveat MAP, and of course the wonderful and outstanding Parker. And we'll be on the end of the month, man, so that, all around the world, listen, when you don't hear grooves, I damn sure know that you appreciate when you don't hear grooves. So you spoil. We're not coming back on the late night. You'll be all right. And the next show we'll have will be Dr. Chicho Denicia News Forum. That'll be on Sunday. And that'll be her final show until I come back on vacation. And she'll be on the following week after that. So enjoy this News Forum. And, of course, it'll be 9:30 Eastern Daylight Time on the one and only Beverly Nation, of course. Wbnn Communications Advertising, Go See Time Multimedia. Send her a scoop Instagram and X. Follow us Twitter or as Dr. Malay when go to Facebook. Any comments, suggestions? So I want a program tonight. Oh, like that. Lay that goes with my Angie, but I am. Your mother and father's favorite producer, Dr. Olabelli Malay Wingosi. I'm for everybody University of Michigan and Koga University and Lonnie and Jess. Love you, Mom and Dad. Stay tonight. Good luck to all the folks out there on Push Radio, our soldiers and sales right now in the Virgin Gulf, who listen to us right now live on a constant basis. And now into exceptional accolades. The 2023 Anna Weidells Award winner for excellence, the Wbnn Communications Host of the Year. 2023 International Internet Radio Hall of Fame Broadcasting enshrining for the Excelsiors, the 2026 International Internet Radio Hall of Fame Broadcasting Lifetime Achievement from Levelland, South Carolina, by way of Anderson, South Carolina. The wonderful, outstanding entrepreneur of the Crew Podcast, wherever you get your podcast. The wonderful, outstanding Angela Thomas.
Unmuted.
Again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight and those that have supported us over these last 6 years. I thank you for taking time to be a part of Walking in Purpose with Angela. Know that you have purpose. Know that you did not get dropped out of the sky, that you were strategically placed here, that there's something that you're supposed to be doing. So I encourage you to catch up with your destiny. Don't let life happen around you, but be a part of life. Love more, inspire someone, have the fear of God, and educate, empower, and encourage someone else on this journey. In 4 weeks, I'll be back May 29th or 30th, whatever that Friday is, the last Friday in this month. I will be back. So I want you guys to tune in because you will be blessed. So y'all have a great night and thank you for celebrating with me 6 years of excellence in broadcasting right here on the WBNN. Y'all have a great night. Y'all have a great night. Thank you.